Yeah.
Yeah. So before we start to do any work, let's just get the basics out of the way. If you're working with resin, you do need to clean the castings up. You are going to need to sand and file them. This will create a dust which you do not want to be breathing in. So always use a mask whilst you're doing that. Do it in an area where you can control the dust and hoover the dust away once you've done those tasks before you do your other jobs in your building. Right, to perform the basic cleanup on a flat resin casting, you need to sand the edges to take the burrs off and sand the back of it so that things will stick to it. When the parts are cast, they're cast flat in a mould like this. The resin dries all shiny on the back and nothing will stick to that, and you get these little overflows of resin where the resin's flowed on the mould. So when you pop it out, you've still got those bits on it that need removing. So when you get it as a customer, you then need to sand the edges of it. I use a piece of wet and dry double-sided tape to a block of wood. It keeps it nice and flat and straight. You can just sand down the edges of it. You can go all the way around the casting. You can also sand the back of it like this. When you've got something like this one which has windows in it, people often ask, how do you clear those windows out? Well, you can sit with a knife and cut all the little individual pieces out, but the quickest way to do it is to take a piece of your wet and dry again and just sand over the back of it repeatedly until those little bits almost disappear. So here's one I did earlier where I've sanded it and you can see it's got to the dusty white appearance, and eventually it starts to drop out. And then if you just use a fine brush, this is just an old toothbrush, just to brush it away, you can then see that the window is totally cleared out.